What's up, guys? Uh, Here we go. Chat. At least he's about to reach 2k subs. We are halfway there, like 1k, and it's like 1.6k. Almost halfway. That thumbnail is just like, yeah, for fun. I didn't have any images, and it was not like I wanted to click one. So I just used an old one and just random thumbnail. So I made a soundboard. Wait a second. Let me show you. Soundboard. Here we go. Uh, yes. Here we go. Let me show you my screen now. So window capture, soundboard. So you can see this. This is a soundboard. I made this, and you can see it has different types of sound effects, like this one. The second one, but the same thing, just the main laugh. Then we have this.
Oh, hell no! Got him!
This is like very cool for streaming. So I thought, why not make one? It's easy to make in Scratch, like nothing, just buttons playing sound effects. Like I can play them together. Yeah, that was easy. So, what should we do today? Let me see the chat. What should we do today? Bro, mod कौन hai? No one is mod. Only me. Be patient, bro. Not everything should start early. What? I don't know. Anyways, so what should we do today? Like, like the previous stream, like watching Scratch videos or something else? Like we have a lot of Scratch videos on YouTube. Just search Scratch is bad and we have like 1,000 results. Make a Scratch game that does not look it's from Scratch. Yeah, but that is not a live stream stuff. Like I take hours to make simple games. Not that 10-minute challenge. Like that was like I had the feeling I can do that and things. And I made 1,000 shooters, so it is possible. But not with this. Can you review my project? I already told no project review or remix. Click beta? What? How is it a click beta? This is just like audience stream. No one is gonna watch because like I am uploading every day or something. I'm putting in timeout. I use something from Scratch video on me game, so I give you credit. Oh. So let's watch this one today, like the problem with Scratch. Let me show you. Wait a second. Okay, let's begin. So is everything fine? Let's begin. Grim intro, okay. This video is not a documentary, it's just a critic. Okay, we have some cinematic or something shots. That is pretty cool. 2014 blown up.
Hello everyone. If you clicked on this video, you probably know what Scratch is, or have at least heard of it. It's a platform for creating and sharing projects, generally based around coding. I remember playing games such as Paper Minecraft in elementary school, and honestly, considering the limitations, there is some pretty amazing stuff on there. Earlier last summer I decided to revisit Scratch.
Like everyone has sometime has played that game. What do we call it? This one, Paper Minecraft. Bro, can you play any game? No, I'm not playing games now, right now. Are you leaving YouTube? No, not now. This is just the beginning. You have more years to go.
And actually use it to learn some basic programming. But revisiting the website, so much was different. And over the summer I began to see how much Scratch had changed. Not only did they revamp the website, the whole studio had changed as well. However, there were barely any new blocks. And when comparing Scratch 2.0 and Scratch 3.0, you can tell a major difference in the scale of the updates. But don't get me wrong, I like Scratch. I think it's a fun tool to mess around with. I also believe that it is good for teaching, to an extent. My main issue is with the platform itself. So I decided I would make a video about it. So let's take a look at Scratch, and see what went wrong. And when.
Background. Okay, so I will add some sound effects in the between, if you see weird sound effects, it's by me. I'm not saying a game in Scratch. I was just saying another not Scratch game. I have a second channel for that. I do that there. If I do here, there's nothing to commentary. I'm not a native, I'm natively Indian, so I prefer Hindi. It's a language, and I cannot express my feelings in English, so I don't do gaming like that. That is pretty hard. Okay, background.
In early 2003, an idea for a program where you could code by dragging blocks together was proposed to the National Science Foundation. However, it wasn't until 2005 when Scratch was introduced into the Computer Clubhouse, an American organization that taught young children from the ages 10 through 18 how to program. This is where they first tested Scratch. The results were
10 to 18. I thought it was for kids, 13 below, I guess.
positive. So in May 2007, Scratch was released to the public as version 1.0.
Wait a
These
second.
results through 18 how to program. This is where the last
alright.
1.x version of Scratch was 1.4, and it would be replaced in May of 2013 with Scratch 2.0. This update was positively received by the community, and this version remained on the website for nearly 6 years.
Scratch updates every 6 years. We will have Scratch 4 in 2025 because this Scratch 3 got released in 2019, I guess.
In 2018, Scratch had announced 3.0, which promised more sprites, sounds and ways to communicate. This update also changed the project viewer from using Flash, meaning users could run it on mobile. These aren't bad updates necessarily, they are actually pretty good. But let's compare version 2.0 to version 3.0.
If we compare, there weren't
So
a
first
lot
of all,
of
it seems like
changes.
every major update has had a change to the UI. We can see this in 2.0 and 3.0. Next up is procedures. This allows users to create custom blocks or functions. This is a super big update, and allows code to be cleaner. Cloning basically allows tiling and duplication of sprites. If it wasn't for this, games like Paper Minecraft and Scratch Area wouldn't exist. Cloud data allows data to be stored on a server. Vector graphics are math-based and can scale infinitely with no aliasing. Anyways, let's go on to 3.0 updates. Stage moving is mostly just preference. Some people dislike it, but I don't mind.
Yeah, like stage moving was pretty like disappointment for me also. Like, and right, why? Scratch 1 was like already very difficult to use. Scratch 2 was easier because it hadn't left. Scratch 3 again, like, right, maybe we will have it on in the left like in Scratch 4, I guess. Let's
Improved
see.
paint and sound editors are decent. New website looks nice to me. Some people don't like it though. Most of the stuff is just individual.
Nah, like website is okay. Like website does not have any much changes. Like Scratch, here we go. You can see there's nothing changed. Like buttons got bigger and nothing else. Like yeah, it's same.
Blocks. The thing is, this update is actually smaller than 2.0. This
Yes,
list is only
actually.
longer because they list individual blocks. So you can see that 2.0 paved the path for many great games, with features like cloning and cloud data. But 3.0 just makes things easier. I think Scratch realized that more and more people are using Scratch for art and music and decided to improve those aspects. Hopefully 4.0 will improve coding, but who knows. So, now that
Yeah, like platformers and things.
you know the history of Scratch, let's focus on the future. Obviously no one can tell the future, so this is all just speculation, but I tried to get other users' opinions as well. I personally think Scratch will become less useful for teaching, because it's getting easier and easier to communicate with computers. Now, back in 2003, I'm sure those blocks simplified the lines of code by a lot. But as we move forward, what can be done with a few lines of code will be far less complicated than putting together blocks. I made a post on r/Scratch and got a few interesting responses. Let's take a look at them. Not OWO says,
Scratch is already dead. The sheer amount of low-effort idle clickers, mass reporting, and bad moderation will cause the user base to dwindle as more and more people either grow out of using Scratch or leave due to the terrible moderation. At this point, most of the platformers are generic side-scrollers with a cube as a character, and the comment section is hardly better than it was a year ago. It's only a matter of time before Scratch implodes from mass reports crushing the popular projects or becomes obsolete as the popular people grow out of the outright childish nature that Scratch has become. Scratch is a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, like Scratch is like people come to Scratch, they grow up, they leave. Then new come, new grow, new leave. And that's the cycle for Scratch. Like when I came to Scratch, like it was really cool, but I just like stopped uploading and things. And one day I have to move on from Scratch. You guys have to move on from Scratch. Like, how long will you stick to it? But they think like it should be better or something. Like kids are making platformers today. Maybe clickers will be like the next thing, next virus on Scratch or something. Yeah.
Melix Nee says,
Scratch has already died. It's becoming increasingly filled with garbage and low-effort projects rising to the top. And Scratch 3.0 is ugly and inconvenient.
No, not that bad. Like Scratch 3 is okay.
I don't think that it's actually dying
It's like for kids, more for kids. Like kids like that design. I didn't like it because it was very, very big for me in the starting. Like blocks look very, very big. But yeah, now you can even change that. If you want, you can just change the block size.
because the user count is growing extremely rapidly, but the quality will go down with more users.
Quality was never there. Like only top ones were on the top, and we could see that was the quality of Scratch. But the real quality was like people were making random projects. Like if we go to the Scratch page right now, let's see how many platformers I can find on the home page. Okay, here we don't have any platformer. I don't think here we have any platformer. Wait a second, what was this? Outdoor adventure. Okay, that's animated story. A mechanic platformer. Okay, one. And video games. Here we go. This cannot be called a platformer. Guided cannot be called. Okay, we have one. Featured studios cannot be there. We have two. But this is like a random thing. You will see a random person here. Nerd in town and something. Then here, Scratch Design Studio Serenity. It can't have that. What the community is remixing. Let's see here. QB's Adventure. One platformer. Then we have like two total. Then we have three. Like this is Maker, but it's a platformer basically. Three and four. We have Jumper thing. This thing. Five. The Journey. This is like generic platformer. This might be a platformer. I don't know. Five. Wait a second. Six. We have Escape, a 3D platformer. It's a platformer. We cannot say anything. Okay, so we have six platformers out of like a lot of projects, like 100 plus projects on the page. Yeah, that is pretty normal. Like, that's not a big deal. And on the Explore page, we have the first platformer. We have a lot of platformers here. Maybe they are good, maybe they are bad, but we have platformers. And yeah,
And it will soon
that's not a big deal. Like, it was a big deal a while ago, but it's now good. It's
become
fine.
almost impossible for new users to get noticed by the Scratch community.
Scratch, yeah, noticing will be really difficult. And it still is. Like, I have got only 200 followers. I have put like 35-50 projects. And most of my followers are you guys. Like, originally I had like 30 followers or 18. I don't know.
While I agree with these two statements, this next user has a take on it that is important to keep in mind.
Okay, let's read the chat. Okay, what is going on? Can you make a tutorial of how to make a 3D game in Scratch? I don't know how to do that. But yeah, I will learn and tell one day. Scratch 4.0, it's going to come one day. Why don't you play games on mobile and computer both? I play but not Scratch. I mostly play on computers. I don't like mobile gaming. It's limited. But there is no change. But Griff Patch didn't left. Like, he's a big guy. He'll one day leave. And he's not working on Scratch projects like what do you guys think. He's working more on Scratch things like Scratch add-ons and yeah, various things I don't know. Bro, please tell me how do you stream OBS Studio? Any app? Yeah, OBS Studio. Can you make a video on working search box in Scratch but not text renderer? So how will we have Scratch like search box? You can put variable something like put a button, then you can type anything, it will show in a variable, and yeah, here we go. No text alignment problems, no text creation problems, it will be perfectly fine. But then you will have variable problems. Can you make a video on how to make a working search? Okay. How to play Scratch with no lag? Depends on your game, and also you can watch my video on that. Arun Mishra asks, would you like to check my app? Okay. Like you made an app or something like Scratch to APK and just showing me that. It's so much lagging. Wait a second, it's not lagging. It's fine, I guess. Please tell, do you know what is Blender? Yeah, I know. Okay, Arun Mishra message got deleted by Google moderator team. Oh, lol. Okay, please tell me. Please do tell what is Blender. Blender is a like 3D modeling software or something. That is pretty good but pretty complicated for me. I also use OBS Studio but it lags so much. You need a good PC for that. Like it's free and it's really cool, but you need to have a good PC. I tried to use it before, but I had to use ice cream screen recorder because like it was fine, but OBS wasn't. Even the video's output was like very lagging in the editor. So I thought, why to use this? Sir, big fan, sir, is Sanskar Raut. What is FPS? Frames per second. Like how many photos you see? Like a video is a combination of photos. Like it's 30 FPS, you will be able to see 30 photos changing. Like you can see this is
Let's
moving. There are 30 different photos there, like in 1 second. And I think real life 1 second, I don't know. Or game 1 second, or computer 1 second. I love Blender, my username. No need. I am an expert in Blender. Very cool. You are a Minecraft YouTuber, I guess. I have a good PC. What specs? Like graphic card, like any like 1060 or anything like that. Like you don't need an extraordinary graphic card, but still computer FPS. Yeah, computer FPS. Can you make a tutorial how to make 3D? I already told you. If I learn it, I will make it. Like I don't know how to make a 3D game. That was really complicated back in the day when I tried. What emulator do you use? Which what for what? I don't use any emulators. You can see 30 clicks or frames in 1 second. It's 30 FPS. Yeah. Are you monetized? Yes.
hear it from
Okay, let's
Minecraft
watch the video now.
Pro 1025. It's important to keep in mind. Let's hear it from Minecraft Pro 1025.
Minecraft Pro
Scratchy
1025. Usernames are like,
isn't dead, and it won't die for a while.
yeah.
Those projects we call cringy and unoriginal are just amazing to the people Scratch was angled towards.
Yeah, that is pretty true. Pretty true. Like,
6 through 10-year-old.
yes, people like it. I had put a poll, I guess. Do you like platformers? And answers were yes. And yeah, people like platformers. Like, people like playing it. Most of them are really bad, but people don't care. Like 6 to 10 years old, they don't have like that knowledge, like how to make a platformer. So it is like a god project for them or something.
Sure.
Yeah, and Scratch has millions of users, like millions of users, millions of projects every day, and that is pretty like big and bigger than last year. It's growing every day.
We will grow out of it, but Scratch will never die.
Yeah, we'll grow out of it.
So now we have a basic understanding of how Scratch got to this point. Next I want to delve deeper into why. What made people quit Scratch, what different factors are playing into its downfall. But the point of this video isn't just to state what's wrong, I want to brainstorm some ways to fix these problems. So without further ado, let's continue.
We'll watch this video sometime else. Like only 7 minutes have been done, and like we have more 10 minutes, and I'm already out of time. So yeah, let me change the scene, and yeah. So he's talking about like why people are leaving Scratch, and that is because like yeah, they are growing out, but also like Scratch is removing them because you can see some of the animation like scratches got removed because of like using or talking about Scratch add-ons or any mod they used, and that is pretty bad. Like they have it in their community guidelines because it is like some add-ons are dangerous because like I don't know if there were any dangerous add-ons back in the day, but now like Scratch add-ons is like you are prohibited to do that. Like if you type it in a comment, it is not allowed. And like if it is allowed, you receive a warning or something. Like 3 times you do it, and you will be like your project or your account will be banned or removed or something. So Scratch is like very, very towards kids. Like we'll do anything but not let the kids get disappointed or something. Like yeah. People will just like get banned or something if they just use that word scratch add-ons, and that is pretty bad. I was going to make a video on this, but yeah, it's for a different topic and different series. I don't have much information, and I'll get it and I will put it one day. Like it may be a part of the history of scratch. Like I have a lot of topics for that and a lot of information. Yeah. If we will use scratch add-ons, then we'll get banned. No, 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 no. If you use the word scratch add-ons, like if you are commenting on someone's project, like, yeah, do you use scratch add-ons? If you ask them, like, for example, so you will receive a warning. You violated the community guidelines or something. And if you do it 3 times, like you might get banned. And especially if you are big. I have a lot of cases like on Reddit. People just get banned for doing like putting scratch add-ons word in their comments because it is like a bit dangerous for kids. They scratch things like that. I don't think like that. Like if you see scratch add-ons, it cannot be dangerous. It is made by Griffpatch, like not completely like he has coded or something, but yeah, kind of owned by him or something. So yeah, भाई अलग ही रिक्वेस्ट है भाई लोगों की. हाँ भाई. I also use scratch add-ons. Can you speak Hindi for 1 second? अभी बोला. There's cat blocks also. Yeah, scratch add-ons is a pretty good thing. Please tell me how to make a game for kids. Every game, like every kid plays any game. Like you give him anything like FNAF or racing or anything. You give a 5-year-old GTA 5, he will like that. Like anything. What do you mean by game for kids? You just make things which are popular and like platformers, you can say. Scratch also hides every FNAF fan game. Not now, I guess. Like they removed this thing. Why you choose Scratch if there are many other cool and better engines available out there? Like I was a kid when I started Scratch, and I'm not still like very big or something, and I don't have time to learn Scratch like other than Scratch engines. And that is the problem. But I was learning Unity. I have made some games. I am learning that. And yeah, do you know other coding languages? You can't say no, like I know how to do that. Like HTML is like school level. If you learn in school, you will know how to make basic HTML files. And that is something I know. Not like C sharp. I know how to use C sharp, but specifically for Unity and also not that much. Like I can't do basic stuff. I am a 12 years old kid, so give me ideas for making a game. 12 years old game, like 12 years old, you can make anything. Like 12 years old is not small, or you are not a child now or something. Your thumbnail was quite scary. It's obvious Photoshop. It's not possible. Like I was live yesterday. You can see me in the live stream, and the next day I cannot be like 5 times fatter or something. I also know HTML and C sharp and JavaScript. Yeah, that is pretty cool. You know, or you actually know, like, can you make stuff in this? Like, can you make a calculator or something, or things, big things? You might know, like, yeah, it is a thing. I know basic stuff like if else and things. That is basic. Then I also know C++ then. But that's nothing, like 1% of that knowledge, or 1 or 0.5% of that knowledge. Yes, I can create big things. I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you cannot. I don't know. Can you make 3D tutorial? I already told 2 times now, like I don't know 3D. I will make a video if I know. I know properly. Very cool. And you have this matrix thing in your PFP. Okay, so let's end the stream. I think, yeah. Yeah, kids nowadays can outsmart us, man. We don't know, like, some kids lie a lot. Anyways, let's end the stream. 3, 2, 1, go.